Yo, what's up, guys? It's Dragon at 2427. There's no intro for this video today because what I'm going to be discussing is actually pretty serious. Now, originally, I was going to make one video about this, and it was supposed to come out like 1 or 2 weeks ago, but I was told not to and to hold off until the whole rooflemonger funeral situation blows over because his dad died. So basically, it wouldn't have been a good look if I had released a video then. So I was like, okay, so I'll just wait. And basically, after he came back from his funeral and he basically recovered or whatever, basically he's back at his usual like shit talking and whatever. So all the other content creators are basically talking about him now, and I was given the green light to go ahead and post this video. Now, like I said, it was supposed to only be one video, but last night, as I'm sure you guys are all aware if you were keeping up with the situation, Ernesto Lopez, he had his frame check interview with rooflemonger, and that was an absolute shit show. Uh, I'm actually pretty speechless as to what I saw last night. I can't believe I actually have to make a video about this. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to make two videos. I'm going to split this into two parts. The first video is going to be the whole beef between rooflemonger and Clayton and how rooflemonger has been slandering the guy. And part two is going to be my response to the Ernesto Lopez video that he did on frame check. So hopefully you guys are up to speed on what's going on. I'm going to try to fill you guys in and give my 2 cents, and I'm going to actually show receipts unlike rooflemonger. So if anybody thinks it's going to be a rooflemonger slander show, no, it's not. I actually have receipts for everything. We all have the same receipts. We all have the same images. If rooflemonger thinks we're all lying, then he can go ahead and show his receipts, which is pretty funny because he has shown nothing thus far. But yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything like that, just be sure to let me know. And like I said, we all have the same information, and there is actually more information that we have all seen that we can't show yet because it's personal information related to Clayton. So if Clayton feels like releasing any of that information, which he doesn't have to, in my honest opinion, he's shown more than enough for the situation, then that's up to him. Whether he does or doesn't, that's up to him. And as for rooflemonger, this video is, of course, fair use. Now, I don't think rooflemonger is gonna try to take down any of the videos that anybody has made. He hasn't done it yet. I've been keeping an eye out. He hasn't done anything yet, but just in case he tries to do anything funny, this video is, of course, protected under fair use. So if he tries to do anything funny, I'm of course gonna counterclaim the copyright strike if he tries to false copyright claim me or anything like that, and we can take it to court all the way he wants if that's how he wants to play. But yeah, with that out of the way, I'm going to discuss the first video, and the first video is already recorded, by the way. The second one is not, so that one will probably come out a little bit after today. But yeah, hopefully you guys get caught up to speed on what's actually happening, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. All right, so the first topic I'm going to cover is, of course, the beef between rooflemonger and Clayton Chapman. Now, if you guys aren't up to speed on who Clayton Chapman is, he's basically one of the OG people in the FGC. He's been around for a long time. He's gone to tournaments. He's, I don't know if he's commentated, but I know he's been at tournaments before, and there's actually proof of this. And throughout the video, what I'm going to do is anytime I try to talk about something and I have visual proof about it, I'm going to show a picture of it on screen so you guys can see. But yeah, he's been around for a long time. Now, not sure if you guys are aware or not, but Clayton actually has cancer. And let me see here, because I actually got the notes for this. He has what's known as C. diff, which what it basically is after he got surgery, I think it was thyroid is what he said. Basically, the good bacteria and his stomach and whatever, I can't remember what it was, but his good bacteria died. And what it ends up happening now is that his autoimmune system basically is not working the way it's supposed to be. So he can get sick really easily, and he has to go to the doctor for this a lot. And basically what ends up happening is that because of his medical condition, he can't travel the way he used to be. And now he's like I don't want to say he's a full-time YouTuber because he really doesn't upload the way he used to because he just can't. He really can't. He's in pain 24/7. There are moments where whenever he's been on stream where he can't stand up and he has to lie down for a bit. And he's done this multiple times during several streams, so you can actually see that. He's been to a couple of Mike Hollow's podcasts and a couple of other people's live streams. And if you want to see those videos, be sure to look for those. I think Mike Hollow has one from about a year ago whenever he interviewed him. And basically in those videos, he goes over his entire medical history and how life has been tough for him. Now, The reason I'm bringing this up is because this is the beef between him and rooflemonger, and where this really all started was about 10 years ago. Basically, Clayton was really good at finding combos. That's the truth of the matter. He was really good at finding combos, and rooflemonger is a YouTuber who specializes in making guides on combos. rooflemonger really dedicates himself to being like one of the first few people to upload the guide to a combo, so he can get like the first few tractions of the video, right? So what ended up happening was that during Dragon Ball Fighters, I believe it was, Clayton found a combo. He posted a video about it, and rooflemonger essentially got jealous about it, and then started attacking the guy over it because he wanted to be the main guy who discovered the combo, and that's really what it's about. And Clayton himself has told me that yeah, that's what's happened. I actually talked to him in the comments once. That's essentially where the beef stems from. It's really petty as it gets, and I'll actually have some video evidence of basically rooflemonger talking about it.
So are you talking trash about Clayton? Why is that? Because he's constantly been bad-mouthing me for months and months and months. Completely for no reason, and fuck him. And I can go into a lot of detail. Some people who know him in real life came to me on the side and told me a lot of fun things about Clayton and how he works in real life. Just the least of which is faking illnesses for attention. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. If Clayton wants to keep at it, I got more than enough ammunition against him. Because he's already a fucking unlikable psychopath. Yeah, they're pretty desperate and sad. Clayton's done nothing but character assassinate himself the whole time he's been trying to go after me. Like, literally deleting his Reddit posts. Telling people, you should be thankful I play this game. You should thank me that I want to play your dumb game. Like, oh, fuck me. Double fuck me. Hard to talk and play at the same time. But yeah, Clayton's a piece of shit. He's a giant piece of shit. And he offers literally nothing to the community. Other than combos that don't work in real matches. Oh, but don't worry, guys. He made the one Goku combo I'm about to do 2 seconds before the next person who was going to make it. He did this combo like 23 minutes earlier than the next guy who uploaded it. So, he's totally the savior of the community.
But yeah, that's what's going on. And so what ended up happening was that rooflemonger found out that Clayton had cancer and all these illnesses, and basically harped on all of that. He basically said, "Oh, you don't actually have cancer. You don't have any of this. You're basically you're fishing for sympathy. You want basically people to like sub to you because you have cancer. You're faking it. Yada yada yada. You know." And let me show you some tweets here, and I'm gonna have these on screen for you guys to see as well. He actually posted this back in 2018 of December. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah. So the first tweet he put out was, "Okay, fuck it. Some of y'all know I have been beefing with Clayton Chapman for a bit. He recently just spit on my 2 attempts to extend Olive Branch, so how about we just expose him for the fucking fraud he is? I tried so hard to be polite and nice. We are past that now." By the way, there's no evidence of any of this. Clayton has actually showed receipts of rooflemonger basically just shit talking the guy. There was never an interaction where they were like, okay, let's try to make peace. That never happened. So he's just making this up. This is all BS. Let's look at the second tweet. So Clayton / Final Showdown has a long history of faking illnesses for attention, as many people who know him in real life have brought up to me. By the way, this is also a lie. He refuses to elaborate on this. People have actually like harped on this and gone like, okay, who are these people that you speak of? And he just completely ignores or deletes comments like crazy about it. All right, let's continue. He wants to be the center of attention constantly, and this is one of the venues he uses to get it. So yeah, let me see. Next one. Here's a picture he gave me showing his proof of how sick he is. Behold this. He claims to have every single thing on his list. On this list, notice how the scroll bar shows this is only 20% of what is shown. Must be hard being the single sickest man in the world, huh? And by the way, pay attention to the screenshot that I'm gonna put on the video, because this screenshot that he chose, he cherry picked that. Keep in mind, throughout all of this, Clayton has on his Instagram and on his channel, I believe, he has multiple images of basically what happened after he went to like radiation, like therapy and all that sort of stuff. So you can actually see like how bad it was. And rooflemonger basically chose the least sick picture, right? And he chose that to post on his Twitter and YouTube to talk about it, because he knew that most people would just look at it as at face value and go, Okay, I see what you're talking about, and then just they won't dig any further. But all of the pictures that he has of proof is up there. He just cherry picked essentially. All right, let's continue. He has various Google image searched images or ones from the Google or ones from the doctors whose time he has wasted to validate himself so he can have proof he signed in at the hospital to justify his actions to show how bad he is, how bad his boo-boos are, so please feel bad. So what he's accusing Clayton of here is basically, and this isn't the only tweet he's brought up of this. I think there's a clip of him saying that he believes that Clayton went to a doctor, paid the doctor to falsify a medical record to make it look like he was sick and had cancer. That is how far rooflemonger has taken it, which is absolutely insane that he would even accuse him of that without any proof. Let me see. I have no doubt he is mentally ill, which in itself is not something to shame him for, but the part where he is an arrogant, aggressive, unlikable asshole, that part goes too far. My mother died of cancer, so seeing him claim it for sympathy is fucking revolting. Which, by the way, this is actually insane of rooflemonger to even bring up, because I've actually had a friend that died of cancer. So for him to bring up the cancer card to use as a sympathy card, that's absolutely despicable. I can't even believe he would even bring that up, especially considering that Clayton is suffering of cancer and he knows this. I don't believe that rooflemonger actually believes that Clayton is faking his illness. He's just trying to bring down the man. He's too stupid to know he's hanged himself by giving me these images. He will probably come here showing maybe something to validate one of the 200 illnesses he claims to have. Rest will be nonsensical images or Google image searched. By the way, there's no proof of any of what he just said here. All of the illnesses that Clayton has, you can find those on the medical history that he's made public. So none of that is basically like Google searched images or anything like that. And rooflemonger's claim to any of this, there's no proof of that. He just said it right there. He just made it the fuck up, I guess. He is a fully unlikable person, and worst of all, he just couldn't help but badmouth me, thinking I owed him anything to start all of this. So have fun having everybody know how desperate you are for attention, you sick, arrogant fraud fuck. And keep in mind the way he's talking, right? This guy is content creator of the year. He won content creator of the year award, and on his YouTube, he does not act like this at all. On his YouTube channel, he is the nicest person you've ever met. But once that camera turns off, this dude, it literally turns like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He literally turns into Mr. Hyde as soon as that camera goes off. And he himself has even joked about this, that he is that. And I think he made a comment saying that his YouTube persona and his online persona are two different things. So that's actually pretty insane that he said that online and nobody has even harped on that. That's actually pretty hilarious. You Clayton fanboys are seriously pathetic. It's super laughable. How does it feel to know that your hero is mentally ill, is a mentally ill attention whore? This is a guy that basically clapped back and was taken deep on rooflemonger on his allegations. So let's take a look here. Why'd you cherry pick the images though? He already has. Let me see if I can zoom in. This is kind of small for me. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Yes. Okay. So why'd you cherry pick the images though? He already has several that show him being sick. Even the one you shown isn't anything laughable, which is true, by the way. The one that he did cherry pick, that's still a pretty serious image. Grow up and prove him wrong with tech. Don't shit on your image by calling him out in real life and adding another embarrassment to the FGC. Rooflemonger then responds, there's no cherry pick, and these are the images he wanted to provide to prove his point. He is an embarrassment to the FGC and has been for a long, long time. This part isn't true because, like I said, Clayton has a whole bunch of images on an Instagram that he could have like chosen from, but he picked the one that would make him narratively look the best. And Titan Potato actually calls him out on this. On his Insta, you can find those two pics with 3 other pics that actually give evidence of him being sick. I really hope for the sake of clarity that you include those pics in your tweets if you still want to continue down this childish road. By the way, he's not, and he never did. LOL. Like I follow his fucking Instagram. Get real, dude. I am not providing exactly. Let me see. Yeah, I am only providing exactly what he wanted me to see. He's fucking full of it, and if you believe him, I feel sorry for you. Google. I think it's Google Munchausen syndrome, because that's basically what he has. Now, if you don't know what that is, basically, this is actually ironic of rooflemonger to bring it up, as a matter of fact. But Munchausen syndrome is basically a sickness, it's a mental disorder where what you do is you basically do anything you can to fake an illness for sympathy, which is pretty funny because that's what rooflemonger essentially has been doing for the past few years. He wants attention. He'll do anything he can to get attention. He'll bring down those around him because he wants to be the all eyes on him. So that's essentially what's going on there. Now, keep in mind, all of this has been going on for 10 years. It all started like way back, I think 2016. And it never really stopped. This has been continuing. And The sad thing is that even if, let's say, Clayton wins, right, and rooflemonger gets what's coming to him, whatever that may be, I believe in karma, but whatever may happen, rooflemonger isn't part of the FGC, so it doesn't really matter what happens to him because rooflemonger is an anime guy. So his main most of his audience are basically just people that are either new to games or are trying to relearn the games. They're not trying to like interact with the community whatsoever. I believe somebody figured out that like rooflemonger's audience is like 90% anime and 10% actual FGC people. So this right here, what we're all talking about, this unfortunately isn't going to reach his wider audience, but at least what we're doing here is we're spreading word of what's going on here because Clayton has had to deal with this for 10 years. And Clayton has sat there on camera and has actually mentioned that this has affected him in his personal life too, not just online. And rooflemonger has actually said this before too, but I'll get into that later because he said this. Actually, you know what? I'll get into it right now a little bit. But he said that he's been affected on it in real life, but when people press on him, we're like, okay, how has this affected you? His response was basically, I don't want to talk about it because it's my personal life. I don't want to dox myself. And it's like, okay, then why'd you even bring it up? Meanwhile, Clayton, whenever he brings it up, he actually goes in depth on what he has been having to deal with. There has been occasions where whenever he's gone to, let's say, tournaments, right? He's actually had a couple people walk up to him and basically tell him to take off the cancer hat, as they would say, right? And they're just fucking with the guy, which is pretty sad. I don't know, like I don't know why people are so like that, man. It's just sad, but yeah, Clayton has actually had multiple stories like that. And here's another story I'll tell you that I don't know if many people know about, but this was a couple years ago. So there was a point where Clayton was in the hospital and he was basically literally dying of cancer. And when that happened, rooflemonger actually found out and decided that he wanted to kick the man while he was down. So what did he do? He got him and his buddies to spread more word that Clayton was not in the hospital, that I don't even remember what he said. I think he said he was like at a bar or something, something dumb to make him look bad. And basically he was just slandering the guy. Meanwhile, Clayton is in the hospital dying. And to make it even worse, Clayton then steals, oh, sorry, not Clayton, rooflemonger then steals a video from Clayton. And he actually took down this video because I think this was one of the few times that he actually got called on his BS. He posted a video that was just basically Clayton's video, took it down, and while all this is going on, Clayton is in the hospital and he can't even defend himself. So, and Clayton doesn't even know if he's going to see the light of day for the next day. You know, he doesn't know this. He's just in the hospital. So imagine you're him, right? You're in the hospital dying, and then you're getting better, and then you're like out of the hospital, or you're at a point where you're checking social media, and then as soon as you check social media, you're just seeing all of these people just slandering you, just dogpiling you all over the internet. Like I don't know, I don't even know how I would react to that. And Clayton has actually said a couple times that this actually gave him depression. Like he had moments of depression, and I don't know if they ever got to a serious point where I don't know if I should go into this, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, it's a really nasty situation. I don't like it. And as for rooflemonger, right? The thing with rooflemonger is he will never apologize. He's been doing this for years, and Clayton is not the only guy that he's targeted. Rooflemonger has had multiple people that he's bullied throughout his years in not just the FGC, but in general in the anime community. Some of those people have actually come forward, and some of those people have like said like I'd rather just like let it be water under the bridge and just move on with my life, and like that's fair, I guess. But Clayton isn't the only one. Clayton right now is just the most notorious one because it's been gone for like 10 years now, and like I said, rooflemonger will never apologize for anything. He's a pathological liar. He basically manipulates the narrative to where he actually believes that he is right and everybody else is wrong. And listen, there will come a day when rooflemonger one day slips up and basically he gets what's coming to him, because I do believe in karma. And even then, right, he can be on a sinking ship, and I don't believe he will ever apologize. The whole ship could be crashing and burning, and rooflemonger will be like, nothing is wrong, this is fine. That is how I believe that rooflemonger will end up. Just straight up being completely honest with you guys. But yeah, I think that about covers it for rooflemonger and the Clayton beef. I don't know if there's anything else I can add. Actually, I just remembered something. For before I sign off here on this video, um, a couple of people have been asking me, why am I making this video? Why am I getting in between Clayton and rooflemonger? Why don't you just let them basically settle it out one on one? Like, let them sort it out. The reason I'm getting involved, particularly, I don't know about the other people, but the reason I'm getting involved is because Clayton has an apparent disability. He can't fight for himself. He's getting dogpiled by a guy that has like 200,000 subs, I think. Meanwhile, Clayton has what, like 17,000. So he Rooflemonger has a clear bigger reach than he does, and the purpose of this video is to just help spread the word and basically help Clayton out any way that I can. And if anybody's watching this video, if you want to show some support to Clayton, I highly encourage you guys to go over to his channel and subscribe to him, because he definitely does not deserve all the hate that he has been getting. Now, I'm not saying that for anybody that's more on the skeptical side, I'm not saying you have to like Clayton. You don't have to like him, but I'm asking you guys to look at this through an objective lens, right? Because what has been going on with Clayton is pretty messed up, and it's not fair to him. You don't have to like the guy, but even you have to agree as the viewer that what Rooflemonger has been doing to Clayton is pretty fucked up. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.